Hi everyone, welcome to Craft Addict K. I'm Carla.
And I'm Sam.
And this has been a struggle bus, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
So my husband, being the ever so supportive gentleman that he is, got me a camera for videotaping our videos because he saw how much fun we've had, Samantha and I, making these videos. And so that was my Christmas present. It was a video camera and a light, and so I am technically challenged. So right now, because I don't trust myself, we have the video camera over here and it's testing to see how we can work with it. And then we have our iPad over here. So we're gonna try and look at the iPad. And that's how we normally use iMovie. So
Yes.
It was a struggle bus just getting it on. And Samantha, this is Monday, January 27th. Samantha has school. That's caused a lot of delay. The month of January got away from us. And I got to be honest, Samantha has really felt like maybe she didn't want to do the video because she hasn't stitched much.
I haven't stitched anything. Well, I won't say anything. We stitched in Panera. And then I stitched a little bit whenever my friend was over. But besides that, not much happening.
So I said, we are a team. We do this together or we don't do it at all. School has kind of been a challenge with schoolwork and my work and weekends running here and there. We have kind of been out of our normal practice of doing the videos. So school typically comes first, but today I said, you know what? We're doing this video today. We can't push it off anymore. So here we are. Thank you for joining us. I should say, if you're just now finding us, we are a YouTube channel regarding cross stitch. We share works in progress, which is our whips. We share finished projects. We share haul that we have purchased. And today, because in the essence of school, we're going to share some of the books that we've read this month and that we would recommend if you're looking for a good book to read. So,
Or at least the ones we've read.
Exactly. A few things I do want to talk about. We do have a giveaway at the end of the video. So be sure to stay tuned for that. That was from our New Year's Day video, where if you said Happy New Year's, you were entered into a drawing. And we had taped that prior to this one, but we'll tag it on to the end. Want to say Happy Australia Day to our Australian friends.
Yesterday?
It was yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
Yesterday for them.
We
They're
don't know
always
how
a
time
day
works.
ahead of us, so I don't mess with those times. But I want to just express my sincere, deepest sympathies for Leanne's family from Lost and Floss. As most of us know, she lost her battle with cancer. We met Leanne last year at STITCHY. Her and Barb brought everybody cookies, and they did a video talking about the cookies and all the work it was for 400 people, and they just have that. And she just has that infectious laugh and always looking at the bright side, and just really, I had breakfast a couple of times. I've passed her on breakfast and talked with her, but unfortunately she was diagnosed with cancer in August of last year, and she lost that battle. We became aware of it this past week, so we do want to give our deepest sympathies, and we truly are a community lost. Without her, she was definitely one of the ones that really brought us together as a quilter, as a cross stitcher. Her and Barb's banter back and forth and lifelong friendship, I always enjoyed their videos, and so we will miss Leanne. So I hate going into sad stuff, because when you go into sad stuff, it's hard to kind of come away from that, but we do need to talk about some of the things that we've worked on. I want to talk about, I read 3 books. So I started a challenge. We're going to start with the books.
Okay.
Because I started with a challenge about the new year. I wanted to do 30 minutes a day minimum reading, because I wanted to read more. I have books on my bookshelf, haven't read them.
She has a lot of books on her bookshelf.
I have a lot of books. New to Goodreads. Got that all updated. So I just wanted to kind of go over some books. I'm not going to tell you specifics about it, but my most recent finish, because I just finished it today, is a book called Dishing the Dirt. I'm kind of like not sure. Is that showing in that camera?
Yeah.
Okay. It's called Dishing the Dirt. It is by MC Beaton. And it's an Agatha Raisin mystery, if you follow her. But it's really a good, easy read. It's a whodunit mystery kind of thing. So it had me guessing clear to the end. Did not see it coming, to be quite honest. Thought I had it figured out at a couple of different points throughout, but I didn't. Not the typical genre I read, but somebody had passed this along to me at work, so I thought, well, I'm going to read it. And I was pleasantly surprised. And it is a quick read. The other book that I read this month, and the reason why I read this too is because I am in Magical Stitches. And for the January extra credit, one of the prompts was read a book with a light on it, and this had lights on it. And that's why I read this book. The other book was, they're doing Disney themed challenges for this year. They were Harry Potter last year. They're Disney this year. So they have the book series of the Kingdom Keepers, Disney After Dark. This is what I'm going to say. This was the first of the series. I was not a big fan. I don't want to say I didn't like the book, but I wasn't a huge fan of the book. It is really geared towards younger.
Children.
Yeah, children. Like
To
maybe
say it short.
10 to 13, 14, maybe in that age bracket, wouldn't you think?
Tweens.
In the tweeny years. But, you know, it's always good as a parent to read the books your children are reading, to know what they're reading. So, and it had some fun parts throughout it, so it kept me interested. And in all fairness, I've never been to Disney World or Disneyland. It's not some place that we've ever gone, so I don't really have that background to compare things to, and it might have been more enjoyable if I'd been to one of those places to relate things to. I don't know, but it was the book.
Did you even read that one?
Not yet. This is upcoming.
Oh.
And the other book that I highly recommend is called The Chemist. I'm counting on you making sure I'm in shot.
You're good.
The Chemist by Stephanie Myers. Stephanie Myers wrote the Twilight series. We all know her about the Twilight series, but this is more of an adult book. It's not vampires. It's not even on the same genre as the
Not
Twilight
romance.
series. It's not romance. Maybe a little bit of romance, but not like that.
Not the main focal point.
Stephanie Myers also wrote The Host, which I read. That was a really good book. The Chemist is based on a female heroine, so if you're not into that, basically, what I can tell you is it is a mystery novel, and I don't want to give away too much of it, but I definitely enjoyed it. I don't want to give away too much for it, but definitely, you know what, if you're interested, look it up. I thought it was a good book. Okay, so those are my books that I read this month, and I gotta say, 3 books for the month is an all-time record for me. So I've not read that many books, so I'm good with that. I'm excited about that. Next month in School Magical Stitches, we are starting the Villain series, and the first book, I believe, is going to be The Mistress of All Evil, and this is the Maleficent series, or this is regarding Maleficent and the Dark Fairy, and I think it'll be an easy read. I don't know if you can see that, but I think it'll be an easy read. It's not a lot of pages.
The margins are kind
Margins are big, so it hopefully will be. I have already, Samantha's friend saw these books on my bookshelf downstairs when she came last weekend before, and she asked if she could borrow them when we were done. So I will certainly be passing them on. I believe in passing forward, because if I get them off my bookshelf, that's room for another book. So I'll be passing that on to her when I'm done. I'm also going to be reading in the month of February a book that came highly recommended from people on Virtual Stitchers, as we were talking in exchanging genres of books and books that we really liked and would recommend to others, and that was A Silent Patient. And I don't have it up here with me, but hopefully I will get that read and I'll be able to share it with you in our February video. So, Samantha, you want to talk about your books?
I have not stitched this month, sadly. I've stitched a little bit, but not enough to show. Anyway, I read 3 books this month also. Pretty tickled about that. The first book I read, well, not the first book, but I read this book. It's Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. I've read it before, and I really loved it, and I decided to reread again because I got the second book in the series for Christmas, and
Because her mom's awesome.
I'm excited to read that. And I finally finished Pet Sematary at some point by Stephen King. it had a very slow beginning. It was an okay book. I watched the movie this weekend.
And?
It was weird. It wasn't scary. It was weird, though. And, I was really happy to have that finished.
So do you think the movie's better than the book, or the book better than the movie?
I like the movie.
Hmm.
I mean, the book was nice. The book, like, I went into it thinking, like, I was going to be scared the whole way through. And it was like the first half of it was pretty slow. But things were different in the movie. And,
Okay.
it made me see the whole
All right.
thing go through. I also, I don't have it with me because it was an online book. And I finished the first book of Harry Potter, which is the Sorcerer's Stone book.
A little late with that one, getting that one read, huh?
Okay.
So I asked Samantha, what's the trick to reading multiple books? Because I'm a one book at a time kind of reader. I can't do the multiple books. I get confused. She has a book for the bus ride. She has a book that she reads at school. She has a book that she reads at night before she goes to bed. They're all different, pretty much.
Well, I'm reading 3 books now. I'm reading one at school for language arts, one that I actually like to read, and then one on the bus in the morning because it's like dark outside. I can't read a paper book.
So you got to read off your phone.
Yeah.
So that she tries to pick. She said the secret is pick different genres. So there's a tip for you if you want to read some different books. 30 minutes a day is an easy goal to get to.
I don't set a time limit for each day because if I don't have enough time to read 30 minutes a day, then I'm gonna feel bad that I didn't read. But if I read like at least a page, that's more progress than yesterday. Oh, anyway,
good idea. And
here's a sequel to carry on. It's Wayward Son. I love it. I'm only like on the 3rd chapter. I'm so excited. Because it's already looking so happy. I'm so ready. Anyway.
All right. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
That's all right. Do you have anything else you want to tell them? Because I'm about to put you to work.
I'm having a good time reading. Honestly, I should read more.
Okay.
I think the Pet Sematary really put me through a rut because it was like it was so slow at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was expecting something to happen the whole way through. And it really came in clutch at the end though.
Okay.
It was a good one.
All right.
I wouldn't get a cat if I were you after reading that book. Or a kid.
Not a cat in our future, huh?
You know.
And then we got Poppy and Pongo. That's enough.
They're cute.
All right. Well, thanks for digressing with us as we talked about our books for the month.
As we rant about
and as we vote on. We're going to talk now about our whips. And as Samantha said, she doesn't have really any whips to show. But I'm going to have her help me show my whips. So I have been keeping track of what I've worked on this worksheet. It's just like a Excel spreadsheet with each day of the month. And then it's got a area down the side that I can write the whips on as I've worked on them. And I just mark off that day that I worked on them and if I started it or if I finished it. So we're going to start off with Once Upon a Fairy Tale. And Samantha, can I get you to maybe hold them up? So, because you can see it during the video. So this is Once Upon a Fairy Tale. You're going to see a lot of Heaven and Earth designs getting started in this month. I'm not showing pictures from previous because this was started on the 1st of January, so there was no picture previous. I worked on it for 10 days thus far, and I'm really liking it. You can see there's a castle coming into play over here on the side in the sky, and I'm liking stitching on it. I'm doing it on
Is that what that is?
That's what that is.
Oh.
I'm doing that on a 25 count easy grid fabric, and I'm doing it 1/1. So, okay?
This thing's heavy.
It is heavy.
Where do you want me to set
Let me set it over here because I have that on my extended frame because it is such a bulk. Oh, and I have, I forgot to bring her card in here. My grind guard that's on here is not one of the Gary grind guards or from Gayron. It is from Jan. Somebody from Virtual Stitchers recommended her. She makes some extra wide ones. This had a yard of fabric and it was a tight fit when I put it in my other grind guards that were meant for not having a yard of fabric. This is supersized max color. First supersized max color I've done, so it's a learning curve for me for sure. But the extra room with the grind guard has helped me kind of control that fabric better. So, I'll set that over here off to the side. You want to take that out and I'll look on here. So the next one is Bluebird Salutes.
That's cute.
And I have worked on that 3 days this year. I finished the flag, and I believe that is, do I have the pattern in here? It is a Misty Purcell design. It's called a Bluebird Salute, and unfortunately I don't have the color picture in the bag. I usually could put my originals someplace else. I am doing it with, oh my gosh.
Good question.
No, I changed the colors. It is the sulky threads. So I'm using sulky threads. I just looked at the pattern and pulled these colors out and have been improvising with the sulky thread colors. I worked on it 3 days on different challenges, and I want to say mostly daily 30, some semi-sane, but I would say in the last, since I started working on this in this new year, we've probably put about 900 stitches in it. So
Really?
yeah, because I've done the whole bird. When I started, it only had a couple of white stripes and a stick. So
And a stick.
And a stick. So that was 3 days on it. Home is where you hang your needlework. I'll give you that one.
Oh,
We did 3 days on this one as well.
Hey, you got a broken clamp on.
I know.
Okay.
This is my working copy. It's designed by Sandra Sullivan. Designs reflect our American heritage. Home is where you hang your needlework. Homespun elegance. That's my working copy. It's a little bit dark.
It's dark.
So it's kind of hard to see. It is on 28 count even weave ivory fabric by Zweigart, and actually I picked the fabric up at Hobby Lobby.
I was really excited.
I've kind of improvised a little bit on it too because I changed the K and the P. I need a little thing but I changed the K and the P and made a little bit of changes because of my initials. So I worked on that 3 days again. That was for challenges. I think all of my stitching is related to challenges.
That's okay though, because you're still getting progress though.
I'm getting progress done. I'll let you open this one up. The next one up is Seize the Day, and this is by Caterpillar Cross Stitch.
You're tongue-tied today.
I am tongue-tied today, and I worked on this a total of 2 days. This is my piece for the Scavenger Hunt. It's no longer in the Q-snap because I got down here to the bottom and realized it wasn't feasible in my Q-snap because it just wasn't. So I put it in a hoop, but I started doing the anchor. You'll see the anchor started. All of the top part is done with the plane. So I just have, I think there's a seahorse in here. There's a mermaid, and there's like a treasure chest over here.
And a bigger kelp.
Yeah, and some more kelp. So
Or I guess
that is my Scavenger Hunt piece for the Daily 30 group that I am in, and I take it out and periodically get a picture with it. It's now doesn't have a picture on it, so I need to go get a picture with it. Maybe I'll take it out later for something. I'll find something to take a picture with.
Oh, why'd you skip the eyeballs?
I didn't get that far.
Okay.
Okay, so that Seize the Day, and like I said, I've worked on it 2 days. Nope, I lied. Oh, I'm so sorry. I worked on it 5 days the month of January. So, all right. Samantha's doing good, isn't she, guys? The next one is a new start. I'm gonna give this to Samantha because she's doing a great job. This is a artisy design. I actually, let me get the design out and then you can show. Joni from Virtual Stitchers had an artisy Sal on the 15th of January, and this is the design. It is Twin Towers and the flag. So I started that as well. You can see I worked on that 3 days so far. So that's 3 days. As you can tell, I went from, I think I'm going to stitch on the diagonal to I'm going where Pattern Keeper tells me to go. So I kind of scattered into the flag. It went scattered all the way across here.
Oh.
But I believe that is on an 18 count pre-gridded fabric. I will tell you, if you do get pre-gridded fabric, there is a big difference between 18 count gridded fabric and 25 count gridded fabric. The 18 count is really stiff, and it feels a lot like, not anything bad about Ada, but it feels like that hard, stiff Ada. It doesn't want to bend much. I am sure, given time and being able to work around with that more, it'll loosen up, but
it definitely will be. 'Cause that's
but
on my other
that's
one.
where it is for now. Okay.
Just plowing down.
Here, let's let me move this away from in front of you so you have room. Hope you guys are hanging. I don't remember what that one is. Oh,
I remember that.
the next
That's
one
cute.
is Rise of the Witches.
I like this.
This is the pattern. It says Rise of the Witches. It is a heaven and earth design by artwork by Lisa Parker.
Is that up?
Yes.
Okay. I had to make sure because your needle minder was upside down.
Yeah, my needle minder's upside down. Okay, so Rise of the Witches. I worked on that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in the month of January. So I use this a lot on a Build the Snowman challenge for the Daily 30 group. Because across the top, eventually those branches will turn into a star in the middle. And I said that that was the crown for my snowman in my Build a Snowman challenge. So there is where we are. Yep, that's good. And that is on a 25 count easy grid fabric. Again, I stitched that one. I believe, is that 1/1? I think.
Yeah, probably.
I think it is. I used to make good notes, but I'm pretty sure I did that 1/1. Okay.
It's alright.
I'm trying to move us along because I did do a lot of work. I have to tell you.
Oh.
I stitched on Hello Pumpkin Mystery Sal.
Oh, really?
And I only stitched on this for 1 day.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And I needed it for a challenge. And I ended up not getting the scores for the challenge that I needed it for because I had moved my Q-snap so it was not apparent that it was in a tree any longer. And so I didn't have a picture of it being in the tree that would apply to that prompt. So, if you can tell, it's on a 28 count Jobelin fabric. And I cannot show you a picture of the finished design because I don't have the finished design. I just have the pattern here. But it is a Caterpillar cross stitch Mystery Sal. The mystery's over. It's been over for a while. But I did put in 438 stitches on that. So
The fabric feels real nice.
yeah, I loosen when I'm not working on something consistently. I loosen it in the Q-snap so you can see that it's loose. The fabric's loose. And whenever I go to, and all I do is turn it, the edges. They have the clamps. I just turn my clamps towards the center, and then when I go to stitch on it again, I'll slide them back around so that it tightens it back up. Just helps keep your linen from getting stretched. Okay. In my Gayron Christmas bag, I know what's in here. This would be my Miss Lyra.
Oh.
And Miss Lyra was started on Christmas Day.
That's a cute little
Here's the, if you remember my story, can you see this?
Yeah.
This is what it's going to look like. This ended up being like this whole big calendar flip up because I took the paper pattern to my local Staples and had it enlarged so my eyes could see it. And then when Heaven and Earth had their recent sale, I bought a PDF version so that I could use Pattern Keeper. So Lyra has, let's see, 5 days this month. And I've been working on her pretty steady. She's starting to get into a lot of confetti. You're seeing a lot of the kelp things or whatever's behind her. And we're going to get to her hair pretty soon, I think. So, so that's not bad. 5 days on that. So, and that would be Lyra. And that was a gift to me. I was racked that. And because I was racked it and it was a gift, I have it in my Christmas bag from Gayron Toten Bags. If you don't have a Gayron Toten bag, I highly recommend them. High quality bags, and they're perfect for these long-term projects that you just know what's in them, that you don't have to be worried about it. So they do have a Velcro closure. So definitely recommend their Gayron bags. I am fortunate enough that my mom has made me, this for some reason wasn't closed. My mom has made me the vinyl bags because I used to quilt and I have a lot of fabric from quilting. And I gave her some fabric and said, can you make me some bags? Because she continues to quilt, and she has made me multiple different sizes, and they work for everything I need them to work for. And so when I run out, I ask her to make me some more from whatever sizes I'm working on at the time. But I do like the Garon bags, and I put my Heaven and Earth designs in those because they're a long-term project. I know what's in them. I don't need to see it for a prompt. I know what I'm working on. I think this is the last whip.
Wow.
How about that?
Oh.
Ooh, everything's about to crash. This one you might have to wiggle. This is a tight fit. This is one of my favorite whips to work on.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, except for that.
Okay. This is, show you on here. This is the pattern. Can you see it?
Oh, it's kind of tiny though.
It's hard to see that, but it is my Heaven and Earth design by Amy Stewart. This is a quick stitch Phantom of the Opera. Really, really love stitching this. I plan on getting a lot more stitches on this week because I have put it up for multiple challenges. If I can tie it into that, I try to. This is my 20,000 stitches in 2020 for full coverage. This is the piece that I picked for that. And I think I figured out I need about 1,700 stitches a month in order to meet that. So
you can do it.
Yeah, I've already have 1,600 in it this month. So this week I'll definitely push past that. But it is definitely a fun stitch. You get all that detail right at the beginning. You got the rose, and you can see the opera house, and I'm just really loving it. And this, I probably would not have purchased this. However,
she got instigated.
I did in the group in Virtual Stitchers. Beth Ann was stitching it. She showed it to us, and I think there's now about 5 or 6 of us that are going to have started or will be starting this year, because it is truly a fun stitch, and it's beautiful. The colors are beautiful. Just really is just,
it's beautiful.
Love it. All right, so boy, was that a bunch of starts. So I gotta say, and here I'll give this back to you. Well, it's because that Q-snap is just right to the limit there. I'm just double checking. I gotta say that I hit all of them. I did.
You still got
Phantom of the Opera. I only worked on that. Wow, I only worked on that one day. I would have thought I worked on that more. No, I worked on that one day on the 18th of January. I worked on it. It must have been a weekend. And I did 1,223 stitches on it that one day.
Okay, well, you need to get a lot more stitches.
So I need to get at least 500 more stitches this week before February 1st to be on track with the 2020 challenge. And I think I can do that. So, there you have that. So that tells you something, right?
This doesn't want to go back in.
Okay.
I got it.
You got it? Sometimes stuff gets underneath and you got to move it out of the way. That's all right. Here, leave it out anyway because I'm going to be stitching on it. So it's fine. Okay. So, whoo, deep breath. All right. See, Samantha thought she wasn't going to have anything to do. Look at her. What a good kiddo. So, one of the things I get asked a lot, this isn't my finish, but I do have a finish. So one of the things I get asked a lot is, how do you stitch on so many things? And how do you find the time to stitch on so many things?
Sacrifice reading time.
Yeah, sacrifice reading time. Honestly, I gotta say, if it wasn't for my husband being as supportive as he is, and for Samantha, getting some cooking started before I get home, because she's home from school earlier in the day than I get home from work. Typically, I would say 4 out of 5 days a week when I come home, dinner's already ready. So I don't have to cook dinner, but I do the dishes and help with the cleanup of dinner.
And cooks on weekends.
And I cook on the weekends. But during the week, for the most part, it's already ready when I get home, which is a true blessing because we all know who likes to try and figure out what they want to cook. So I have been blessed in that regard. Also, when it comes to laundry, Samantha does her own laundry, I wash my own laundry, and my husband does his own laundry. It's been that way for many years, and two children's ago. It is a great process. We all have our days that we have the washing machine for, and we do our laundry, and nothing gets left for me, and so that's just the way it is. We all live in the same house, and we all work together to keep the house clean. We all work together in all aspects. If we clean together, we get to play together. So That's been my husband and I's discussions or commitment from day one when we got together. I said you can have Susie homemaker and stays home and keeps the house clean, or you can have a partner to go out and do things with. And we both clean and we both go out, or, you know, it was his choice. Guess what he chose? And that was 23 years ago, so it's working for us. So a shout out to my husband. He knows who he is. He better know who he is. And say,
it's a problem if you don't.
And sometimes he watches our videos, sometimes he doesn't, but just to say thank you for all your help. And thank you for taking some of that load off. It doesn't always fall on my shoulders. So that's why I can get so much stitching done. Because after we eat, dinner's cleaned up, he usually plays on the computer and I go to my stitchy spot and I stitch until roughly 9, 10 o'clock, and then I go and read or go to bed depending on how tired I am. And really that's most of our evenings, right, Samantha?
Yeah.
Samantha does her homework, and sometimes she hangs out with me in my stitchy spot doing her homework, and sometimes she stays in the kitchen and does her homework. Just depends on her mood and what her day's been like. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I get so much stitching done.
In case you're wondering.
In case you were wondering. I do get asked that a lot, but you know, that's the secret, because we work together to get stuff done. Hello, Pongo. So today you get to meet Pongo. Is he in shot? Hello, Pongo. Pongo is Poppy's brother. Same litter.
Hard to believe.
Hard to believe. Pongo was the runt of the litter, and now he's the fattest cow out of the litter. My goodness, he's a chunky monkey for sure. Okay, I have a finish. And it's a small finish, but a finish is a finish. It is a world of firsts. I did my first Mill Hill kit. It was a gift to me by my friend Daphne. Thank you, Daphne, so much. I finally did it. I did beading, first time doing beading. I did a Mill Hill kit, first time doing that, and I think I did okay. And if you don't think I did okay, I don't care what you think. But I think I did okay.
That's kind of rude.
No, I do care, but I think I did okay. I'm okay with it. So this is,
You got going there?
it's a magnet, but it is a flamingo, and you can see his legs go.
Were you going to say it was a pelican?
I was going to say it's a pelican. It's a flamingo, and he's got a lot of beads. So hopefully you can see him. I think he turned out just fine. So there's that. That was my one finish. I will have others I have other items that are close to finishes, just not there yet. Let's talk haul.
Which one's what?
All right, so I talked about Ritas Fabric, and I will try to find her site. She actually is a Flosstube group. They were talking about it on Virtual Stitchers. So I don't usually stitch on Ada, but I've been doing a lot of full coverage pieces, so I thought, well, this might be the time to get some Ada. And actually the Ada that she sent is like $6 per yard, and I couldn't go wrong with that, especially when you're doing full coverage pieces. So she did include 2 pieces, free pieces that were in the package. It were just kind of clip-offs. But I got a yard of, I don't know what the color that is. I got a yard of that color.
It's like oatmeal.
Like an oatmeal-y color. I got 2 yards and these are all 18 count. I got 2 yards of like an off-white 18 count.
Off-white,
Ada. It's like an antique white.
It's a big one.
It's a big one. It's really big. It's really, really, I didn't even unfold the whole thing because it's that big. But it's big. It's big. Hey, I could have probably put my...
Oh my goodness.
It's big. I got a really big piece.
Oh wait, you didn't unfold it all the way.
I'm still not unfolded all the way. It's a blanket. But she does have a YouTube oh my gosh, Facebook group. I still didn't unfold it all the way. But if you saw how many Heaven and Earth designs I have planned to start this year, you know why I would need to have all of this fabric. I also, because I've been intrigued with the whole chalkboard thing, I did get, I think, a yard of like a navy blue. It's 18 count Ada fabric. So I did get that to kind of play with too. So that came from Rita, and like I said, she does have a Facebook group. I will try to link it if I can figure out how to do that below. Samantha's better at that, and she has schoolwork to do. So if not, if you email me, I'll do my best to get it to you. And then Jan was recommended to me by my fellow virtual stitchers for making really wide grime guards. You saw all of my projects I showed, I think, except for Once Upon a Fairy Tale has my
Grime guard.
my Garon grime guards on them. And they are perfect, but when you're dealing with a lot of fabric as the Heaven and Earth designs, I felt like I needed something just a tad bit wider. These are wider. These came from Jan, and I will include a picture of her card at the very end. She did send me a card with it. Really, basically she had a big sale, and I said, I'm not picky. This is what I'm looking for. Can you send me, just send me what you have. I'm fine, whatever you have left. I don't need anything in particular. And so she did. She gave me a really good deal because I wasn't asking for anything specific, which was very nice of her. She didn't have to do that. But you can see that they're much wider. And they're perfect when you have a lot of fabric to try and hide around and protect. Wouldn't recommend these for smaller projects, but definitely good for big projects. So now I've got, I think, a good variance between my Gary and Ronnie Garon
Oh my goodness.
bags. Garon bag. My my tongue is so tied. And we're not editing this because I said we were not editing it because she has schoolwork. We're not editing. So anyways, I got 8 from Jan. Very happy with them. They're extra wide. I asked her to make them extra wide, and she did a fantastic job. So highly recommend that. My other haul is I went to Hobby Lobby. And I picked this up. I think this was, how much? It's a metal chalkboard. It's originally $7. They had it marked down, I think, 40% off. So it was a couple of bucks. But I had the measurements. This is what I did, is I made a list of all my finishes from 2019 and the measurements of the actual pattern. And I had that in my phone. I took a picture of that list. I had it in my phone. We ended up at a Hobby Lobby in Ohio. And as we were walking through, I was looking at my phone, I was looking at the designs, and what could I do with, that kind of thing. I felt like this would be a great one for my, Dorothy's Discovery from The Wizard of Oz. I felt like I could mount that and put it on here with a magnet, and I thought that it was almost an exact fit of where the black chalkboard is. So I thought that gave it some extra style. I haven't gotten to the point of where I FFO'd it yet, but when I do, I will share it. But this is part of my haul, and that's what I got it for. Some outside the box thinking. Then I went to Michael's last week. I got 2 of these, and I'm going to share it with you. Originally they were $40.
Oh.
I got it for $4. Okay?
I would not.
This was $4. It's a black frame. This is hardboard. What's this say? Life is a great adventure. That's going to be covered up because that doesn't go with my motif. However, I thought if I took some of my scrapbooking paper or even some material that I could cover the back of this part that shows, I could put my witch in here from Lila's studio, and it would make a great Halloween hanging. I think it's a perfect fit for that. I haven't measured it out yet, but that's what I'm leaning towards doing. So hopefully I can get some time in the near future to finish and fully finish that as well. And I will bring that to one of our videos to show you once it's fully finished. But for $4, and I got 2 of them, when they're originally $40, I wasn't going to pass it up. I'll stitch something that will go in this at some point if that doesn't fit. I'll make something fit. I was looking to see if I had measurements back here, but I don't see any measurements on it. So, but I think it works out very well. So there is that. Okay. That is our haul. That is our whips. That is our giveaway will be at the end. Gotta say this. Congratulations to our winner. You'll know who you are in just a few minutes if you stay tuned with us. And if you lasted this long, God bless each and every one of you. Because this has been a long video. And you have anything you want to say?
I mean, it hasn't been the longest video.
No, it hasn't been the longest video. Hopefully you appreciate the update on what we're working on. We continue to enjoy your videos. Keep your videos coming as well. Feel free to join us on Virtual Stitchers. It is a closed group, and you are invited by people that know you. So if you have problems getting on, that would, reach out to somebody you know that's already in the group. And I want to just say thank you, everyone, for taking the time and watching what we're doing and showing an interest. And a special thank you to Margaret. You know who you are, for sending me a message the other night on my Instagram and kicking me in the butt to get me to do this video. So I told Samantha we have to do this video. People are wanting us to see our video. So thank you, everyone. Anything you want to say?
I hope you stuck to your New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
It's been a month.
It's been a month. Where are you at, right? Oh, we do have our Panera meetup next week. We normally go to Butler, Pennsylvania, where there is a Panera, and we usually meet up there. But this coming weekend on Sunday, February 2nd, weather permitting, we're going to be in Cranberry. That's a little bit closer to Pittsburgh. We're going to meet down there. So for a stitch along kind of thing with some friends. So if you're interested in joining us, send me a message. I'll let you know where to locate, where we're going to be located, and the times. I think that's everything. So, hey, you know what? We just keep rattling on here. We just want to say thank you for joining us. Thank you for subscribing, liking our videos, and all the positive reinforcement. It truly is a beautiful community. Had a second guessing at one point because of a bad experience, but I got to say 99.9% of all of us out here are out here with a good heart. So thank you so much and happy stitching. Bye. So our last video we had for the Janelin, we were welcoming in the new year. There you go. So we're giving away this free kit, and you had to respond to this video as Happy New Year, because that's whenever we posted. So Samantha, YouTube comment random generator says Happy New Year. We're going to get our comments. Go ahead. And we have 11 unique commenters. So start the raffle. And let's see who our winner is. Cindy Gordon says, happy birthday, Sam. Love you, girly. Love the video. We all need to get together for more than an hour or so. Happy New Year, ladies. Congratulations, Cindy. You have won a counted cross-stitch kit. And now we will go back to our other video. Have a great day.